Hey, today I'm going to do a full-on comparison between the Freepi and the Sperax walking pad here. I'm going to go into everything and show you all you need to know, including the similarities and the differences between the two, and which one overall I prefer. So first off, I'm just going to show you how I actually use these all the time, and right now it's like 3 p.m. I'm going to show you my step count. So almost 11,000 for the day. I do about 10 to 20,000 steps a day and have been for the past year, which has helped me lose about 40 pounds just in the past year. And so walking has become a huge daily part of my daily routine, and I use it at my standing desk the most, and that's part of why I got these. So first off, we're going to talk about the similarities and the differences, and we're going to start off with the remotes. So remotes are a lot different sizes. The Freepi is the smaller remote, also has this little silicone thing that you can put around your wrist. And we have a cat, so he's already chewed through that. Anything silicone he loves to chew on for some reason, and so can't really use that anymore, but that's something that is on it. The battery's already included in it. This remote is like really hard to get the back off. I don't know if it's just me, but then this remote for the Sperax, it doesn't include the batteries, so it's going to be 2 AAA batteries. And let's see if I can slide it open. So 2 AAA batteries that I had to get myself, and there is not a pause button as well, whereas the Freepi does have a pause option. So the next thing I want to go over is how loud they are. So we're going to start with the Sperax, and go ahead, turn that on. And we're going to go up to 2.0. You can go up to 3.8 on both of these, so the same max speed. We'll even go up to 3.0. But something I recommend when I'm walking and working is to do a slower speed, so anywhere between 1 and 2, because it's really hard to like type and do stuff at the computer while you're walking. So usually like a even slower speed. And then you can go through the different modes by pressing M. So it just goes over the time, the speed, the calories, and the distance, and it'll just rotate through those. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Now let's see the difference between that and the Freepi and how loud this one is. So they both increase by 2.0 as well, or 0.2 I should say. So to me this one is quieter, not by a ton, but the nice thing is being able to pause it. So I can hit pause, and it also rotates us through the same ones, the speed, time, distance, and calories. And then you just hit play to resume. And the nice thing is that it also starts at the lowest speed when you do resume it. Okay. And now the next thing I want to talk about is something that I do, since our whole place is carpeted, is I have these little furniture sliders on the bottom of both of these. That way I can just move them around easily. So when I'm wanting to use a walking pad, I can slide it over super easy. I can like just move it around one-handed with ease, whereas before it's like a pain to carry it around. There are wheels on it on the front of each of them, but it's really hard to push on carpet, and so it's super nice to have those. And even with those on, we've been able to fit these under our couch and just slide them around easily. So that's a super nice thing that I definitely recommend. Now the next thing I want to talk about was the oil. So it's recommended to oil these up like pretty often, like depends on how often you're using it, but if you're using it daily, at least once a month, every month or two. And the way you do that is by loosening up the screw here on the bottom to loosen up the belt, and then you'll go ahead and lift up the belt, and then you try to get the oil towards the middle of the belt. Now, one of the differences between the Sperax, this is the oil for the Sperax, and then the oil for the Freepi is the Freepi actually has this little like extender thing on it, which is super nice because then you can go ahead and basically get it way further in, almost to the middle of the belt without even having to loosen it. So that's like a super nice thing about that. And I use this one for both of them. And they're both like a 3 to 4 foot cord as well. The power button is on the side for the Freepi, whereas it's on the front on the Sperax. Another difference is the Freepi actually is able to incline with these adjustable foot pads here. So once you get it, you'll add these yellow foot pads onto it. But if you want to have it at an incline, you can go ahead and use these ones, and it adds about a 4 incline to it. So if that's something that you want, then you can do that with the Freepi. And another thing that's really important is, just like with when you need to oil it up, you'll also probably need to realign the belt at least once or twice. So I had to do that with the Freepi, and they come with the tools that you need. And so in the instructions, it shows you which way to adjust and turn the knobs based on which way the belt is deviated. So I'm going to show you the picture. So our belt was deviating to the right, and so we followed the bottom picture. So we would rotate this one. Basically, we'd rotate this one to the right. I'm not gonna actually do it, and then this one to the left. And you basically just do half turns or quarter turns, and then turn it on and see if it's moved. And then once it gets to like the middle position that you want. So that's something important to know, because I had to do that with the Freepi at least once or twice since then. If it starts to get deviated from the way you walk or just how it is, then it's gonna start making a louder noise, and it might be like rubbing against the side and making a lot more noise. So it's important to readjust it and then get it back into place. Overall, these are both great options. They're like the same size, same width, and I think the Freepi has a couple like things that are a little bit better. And so if I had to choose between the two of them, I would have to go with the Freepi.